So my best friend helped my ex catfish me. Before you start asking, no, me and this girl are not friends anymore. This was a few years ago. The little backstory, me and this girl were best friends for like 4 years, and then we stopped being friends for like 2 years, and then we became friends again for 5 more years. Yeah. And I honestly should have seen this coming because the bitch was crazy. This is the same girl that convinced me to stay with my ex after he cheated on me. I almost stopped being her friend after that. And I should have stopped being her friend. And how could I forget? This girl also tried to hit up my ex after me and him broke up. Full-on flirting with him, sliding in his DMs. And of course I didn't find out until after me and her stopped being friends. Not the ex I'm talking about in this story, but the ex after him. Yeah, that's the one that she tried to hit on. So yeah, that's a little backstory on me and her. But enough about her. Let's get into the chisme. Do you guys remember me making a story time a couple videos back about my crazy ex and how he broke into my house? Shocker, this story time's about him and how my best friend helped him catfish me. Needless to say, but this man was obsessed with me. He was like super deep in love. Or was he crazy? I don't know. Me and him break up, right? This is the first time we broke up. Me and him broke up like 2 or 3 times before I actually broke up with him. But this is the first time I broke up with him. The reason why me and him broke up was because I saw him put hard eyes under some girl's Instagram photo. I should have stayed done, but I didn't. This man would literally call me every single day, try to text me, text my sister. If I'm gonna be so for real, I kind of just like the chase. Like, I like that he was putting so much effort into me. And that's the main reason I stayed away for so long, because I was like, oh, he likes me. I was crazy. My friend is like, hey girl, I know this super cute guy that's in my class. We have a whole group of us that does study hall together. And I really feel like he's your type. Then she goes on to telling me that she showed him pictures of me. And he said I was really cute. I was like, okay, like, show me his Instagram. And this man was fine. Whole time it was a fake Instagram. But I didn't know that. And I'm looking at her like, girl, and why aren't you trying to talk to him? And that should have been my first red flag. Because how are you gonna see a cute guy and be like, I don't want you, but my friend might. Anyway, she's showing me his Instagram and I'm just like falling in love with this man over the phone. And then, oh my God, I remember telling her like, oh my God, maybe I can like pick you up from school and then like meet him there. She was like, no. I already told him about you. How about you just add him on Snapchat? I was like, okay, I guess. Whatever. So I add this fake man on Snapchat, right? Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. Yeah, they made him a fake Snapchat. So obviously this boy wasn't real. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna snap him and tell him to add you back. Whole time she's just texting my ex. Yeah, we got her. 30 minutes later, he adds me back on Snapchat. I remember telling my bestie, like, girl, he just added me. Oh my God, I can't wait. He's so hot. It was so embarrassing. We're like Snapchatting for the course of like a week and a half to 2 weeks. Keep in mind, he's sending me selfies on Snapchat. So in my head, I'm thinking that it's legit. I'm thinking this guy is totally real because at the time I was like, there's no way you can fake a Snapchat. Like, you have to take that in real time, right? Wrong. Also, my ex was still calling me and texting me every single day. And I just was not replying. He was talking to a brick wall because at that point, my mind is on the tall, sexy glass of water. I'm not thinking about my old ex. One thing that I did think was a little weird was how invested my bestie was in me talking to this man. Every single day she would ask me, oh, we're gonna call him Versace. Oh my God, how's Versace doing? And she's like, you like him? Like, you really like him? I don't know. She would just be super persistent about it. But in my head, I was like, well, I did just get out of a toxic relationship, so maybe she's just like really happy for me. There's literally so much to this story, but I only have 20 seconds left, so go to part 2. My best friend helped my ex catfish me. Part 2. So like I said, me and this man have been Snapchatting for like a week and a half to 2 weeks. And there's no reason for me to not think this is legit because, again, my bestie got us together. My bestie got us to talk. And my bestie knows this guy and apparently he's cool. Also, he's literally sending me Snapchats of himself every single day. I didn't know that you could fake a Snapchat. Apparently. Obviously, it's possible. Finally comes the time where he's like, I want to take you out on a date. And in my head, I'm like, it's been long enough. The vibe's been cool. You should have asked me on the 3rd day. So yeah, we pick a day and a time in a restaurant. The day of the date, I tell him, hey, I'm just gonna meet you there because I don't have random people just come to my house. I need to know you better first. Off topic a little bit, I have a lot of stalker stories. Don't know why, don't ask me why. It just happens when you're a baddie, apparently. Because of that, I don't invite just random people over to my house. Not even to pick me up for a date. Until I get to know you. So he texts me back and he's like, yeah, that's totally fine. I understand. A girl as beautiful as you has to be extra cautious. He was definitely a charmer, I will say that. My ex just knew how to talk to women. What do I expect? So I get to the restaurant and I don't see this man anywhere. So I Snapchat him and I'm like, hey, are you here? And my light just died. The show must go on. So I Snapchat him and I'm like, hey, are you here yet? Because I don't see you. And he's like, no, I'm not there yet. I'm gonna be like 10 minutes late. Give them my last name for the reservation. Take a seat and order whatever you want. I'm like, okay, you wanna be late? I'm gonna run up the tab. So I give myself a little drink with that. I got myself appetizers, a nice little cocktail. I was running up that tab because if a man is gonna be late to a date, he's gonna pay for it. And at this point, 20 minutes has gone by and I'm like, did I just get stood up? Like, this is so embarrassing. This has never happened to me. What do I do? So I Snapchat call him because again, I don't have his number. And of course he didn't answer because I don't know, maybe he was scared that I would recognize the voice. But he texted me back and he was like, hey, I got caught up in construction. I'm just 5 minutes away. And in my head, I'm like, okay, if this man doesn't show up in 5 minutes, I'm leaving because why am I waiting around for a man? Also, it's important to say, when I sat down facing away from the entrance. So if someone were to come up to me, they would literally be coming up from behind my head and I wouldn't see them. 2 minutes after I had sent this Snapchat, I get a tap on my shoulder. I turn around expecting it to be this tall, handsome glass of water. And instead, guess who it was? Can you guys take a guess? It was my tall glass of X. So my ex is just standing in front of me before my eyes and I'm just looking at him like, he's like, hey, how are you doing? And this part is so embarrassing. In my head, I'm still thinking that guy is showing up. And I'm just like, oh my God, what are the odds my ex comes to the same restaurant as me when I literally have a date that's gonna be here in like 3 minutes? I didn't put 2 and 2 together yet. I was young and dumb. So I see my ex and I hug him. I'm like, hey, how are you? And my ex is like, how have you been? I've been trying to get a hold of you. I literally text and call you every day. And I didn't know what to say. So I looked at him and I was like, I'll be right back. I need to go change my tampon. I just literally didn't know what to do in that situation. I wasn't even on my period, but I go into the stall in the bathroom and I text Versace. Well, what I thought was Versace. I'm Snapchatting him and I'm like, hey, you won't believe who's here. My ex. He's at my table right now trying to talk to me. I'm gonna try to get rid of him, but let's just go somewhere else. I saw that he read my message, but he didn't say anything. So I literally sit in the bathroom for like 10 minutes and I don't hear anything from this man. And I'm just like, my God, like I ruined my date. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go out there. And if my ex is still there, maybe I could get him to pay for my tab. And sure enough, my ex was still at the table. I was like, sorry, I had to handle some girl business. And he looks at me like, no, you didn't. You were texting your date. I'm a really bad liar. So I looked at him and I was like, you don't know that. And he literally whips out his phone and he was like, well then what is this? And shows me all of our Snapchats. Because you know how you have the option to save the Snapchats? I was a girl that saved the Snapchats. I always wanted to have the receipts. And it caught up with my ass. Just sitting there like how do you have that? And I'm still not thinking in my head that you've been catfished. I'm thinking, oh my God, this guy is probably friends with my ex and gave him his Snapchat. Like, of course. Oh no, silly Kenzie. He had it because he was Versace. He was the fake guy. He was the fake date. I didn't get it until he told me like, no, you've been talking to me this whole time. And my ex was a liar, so I didn't really believe him. I was like, no, my best friend literally goes to school with this man and she showed me his Instagram and blah, 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 blah. He literally stops me and he's like, that was all fake. The story is so long. I keep using up all the minutes. I literally have 30 seconds left. Go to part 3, please. My best friend helped my ex catfish me. Part 3. So yeah, I come back from the bathroom and my ex proceeds to tell me all those text messages that you were sending to that boy were fake. The Snapchats were fake. The Instagram is fake. My best friend doesn't actually go to school with him. The whole thing was fake. And I'm just sitting there like, no, you're lying to me. Like, why would my best friend do that to me? Why would she help you? And basically what had happened is my ex told my best friend that he would literally pay her $500 if she helped him execute this plan. Girl was in her bag. And I was just sitting there like, don't get me wrong, I'm a person that's like, get in your bag. Whatever you gotta do to get to this money. But this was like a whole nother level of crazy to me. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I wish I could sit here and tell you I stopped being friends with her. I didn't. And not only did I not stop being friends with her, I took my ex back. I did, I'm sorry. I took that man back like 2 or 3 more times before I actually called it quits. I guess I didn't learn the first time, so I needed 2 or 3 more times. So after he proceeds to tell me that everything was fake and they lied to me, he then goes on to lecture me and tell me, so you were just ready to give up on us like that? You didn't even know this guy. The guy was fake. I was going on a date to get to know someone I thought was real. But yeah, he was like, you don't even know this guy. Like, I'm the only one who loves you, Mackenzie. I'm the only one who's gonna be there for you. No guy's gonna love you like I do. And I'm just sitting there, like, not even saying a word. I'm just like, I feel stupid. I felt so dumb because, like, how does that happen to somebody? And, like, I didn't pick up on any of the red flags. My trust issues after that skyrocketed. The date ended with me crying and him gaslighting me.